In this problem, a toy is sliding down a frictionless slide with a 20-degree incline. After it slides 5.6 meters, what is the speed? So if we can picture here, you start at the top of this ramp that has a 20-degree incline. You start off here with gravitational potential energy. As it comes down the ramp, it begins to move faster. We reach the bottom of the ramp with kinetic energy. And so this gravitational potential energy that we start with is mgh. This kinetic energy that we're going to end up with is mv squared over 2. And there's no friction here. So that means that all of this potential energy is being converted into kinetic energy. So the energy I started with is going to equal the energy that I end up with right here. All right, we want to solve for speed, so I'm going to multiply both sides by 2. I'm going to take the square root of both sides. All right, and here's where we start to see our first little issue. That my formula calls for the height. Okay, that would be right here. What is the height of this ramp? Well, what I was told in the first place is the ramp has a length of 5.6 meters here. Okay, so knowing the length of the ramp and knowing this angle, then we can figure out what is the height. We need to do a little bit of trigonometry here. So if we know the hypotenuse, we want to find the opposite side, then we can say, I'm going to call this theta for just a moment, I'm going to call this L, that the sine of our angle will equal the opposite side, the height, divided by the length of our ramp. And so the height of the ramp will be its length times the sine of theta. And we could either go ahead and solve for that number. I'm going to take that, I'm going to plug it in right here to my equation. So now I'm going to say 2g times L sine of theta, and I'm still taking the square root. So 2 times 9.8 times our length, 5.6 meters, times the sine of 20 degrees, and taking the square root of all of that. So 2 times 9.8 times 5.6 sine of 20. My calculator's in degree mode. Square root of that answer. I get a speed of 6.13 meters per second.